What would you do if you were me and didn't have? Look in the mirror, now I'm feeling like a savage. Tell my son I love him, for him I'ma make it happen. Now my dream's reality, not going back to. You say that you proud of me, I turn my back, you laugh. Hey, how could you lie to my face? People claim that they be loyal, they be taking up space. See my broski lose his heart when he was fighting that case. Took so many yells, I'm not going back to those days.
Coach, it is something not seen all that often in these parts. Playoff football in North Carolina. We've got it at Bank of America Stadium in Uptown Charlotte. Coming up, an important divisional round matchup in the NFC between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Carolina Panthers. One of two spots in the NFC title game awaits the winner here as we're underway in the divisional round of the NFL playoffs. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
Get down! 54's Mike. 180! Hey, we're good, we're good! 180! Easy, chill. Smooth! Mike,
They'll run for the first time with Austin Eckler. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field of the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2.
Hey, 734. 54, right there. 54 Mike. Watch the pass.
Now a play fake. Carr. That'll be caught by Rice. No catches for him in the wild card win last week, but he's got a first quarter grab here.
I do believe we'll see a little bit more of this as this game progresses, because when you can have that type of a gain in the middle of the defense, it hurts them in so many ways, because most teams like to be strong down the middle. And if you can sting them there, that'll open things up for you on the outside as well.
That's where he, their big tight end, is so good, that middle third, the seam routes, the in routes. Yeah, you're right. Probably see more of that.
Yeah, it takes a lot of courage and fortitude to go in the middle as well, and he's got it.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, Eckler. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it is going to be 15 yards.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage.
Hey, Delta. 54's Mike. Check. Watch 54. Come to my work. We want it.
Carr going to throw. Throw left side, complete to Moss. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. A big play there. 44 yards. As his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Me and you all day. I'm
play there going to get 11 as they get a quick first down. 11 yards and a Panther first down.
Well, that play looks familiar because we saw them working on it in practice this week. And for a lineman trying to block on this play, they love when they get the defense moving in one direction, and when they try and change directions, it's a lot easier to pick them up and ward them off.
First carry of the game for Christian McCaffrey. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job, and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down. A couple of nice carries back-to-back here, establishing the ground game a bit.
Yeah, these aren't bare-bones runs now. I mean, they're getting substantial yardage, the kind of yards you're looking for, right? Let's go ahead and use a cliche. Stay ahead of the change, right? Five or more yards each time, that's what you're looking for in setting the tone and getting your offensive line going.
Good sign on the opening drive. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. Christian McCaffrey, 48 yards, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Carr. His throw incomplete.
Had an open man that time and ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8.
Where's 52? 6-18. 52's the light. I got you. Back to
Working from the gun, it's Carr. And that will be incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Now Sanders. Oh, a heck of a move.
Man.
Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display. I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Throwing on second down. Davis, complete. Hunter Henry with the grab. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on second down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
A second down completion got him 7. Now here's 3rd and 3.
Here we go. Rush in. Check three. Check three.
Operating from the gun, Davis. And he's got his target. That's Moore. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. Well, that's good for a first down. There's a guy who went over 1,000 yards receiving in the regular season, and now he's got his first catch of the playoffs. On first down, this is McCaffrey. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Give him 10 there, good enough for a Panther first down. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. I also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Let's go, D. 6 guys. Check 6 guys.
And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. A gain there of 21 yards. Out of the pistol, McCaffrey. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
Well, that didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just started in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. A good-looking drive so far for the Panthers and a first down here. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. They'll try to run with McCaffrey. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. These two teams all tied after 1. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. Again, McCaffrey. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness, think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Timmy Jernigan gets in there to drop him for a loss of 13 yards, and it's also 4th down now.
A 40-yard attempt.
And this is going to be no good. He misses it off to the left, and this game will remain tied here in quarter number 2. These playoff games have a tendency to be tight. You have to wonder if that missed field goal could haunt him later.
Yeah, we're always looking for the key plays, right? The ones that we're going to magnify. Usually those happen in the second half or later in the game. This might be the key play of the game showing up here in the first half.
Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Carr. That's caught by the big tight end, O.J. Howard. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 27 yards there, a first down. So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 43.
Check. Raider 1. Pilot, 64, weak. Check.
Now the former 4th-round pick, it's Kalen Ballage. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Hey, watch that. Hey, Charlie. Express. It's going to be a long day. It's going to be a long day.
On 2nd and 11 now. Carr. And he fires one that's intercepted. It's Shaq Thompson here with a pick. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
Watch the slap. Hey, check.
Davis now. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 45. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Hey, Orvin, you got tight right there. No, check that. We don't like the
Now after the INT, it's Carr. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32.
You better be afraid of me. Hey, Raiders 2.
Throwing again. Carr. He's going to let this one go deep, as his guys are in for 6, and the Bucs have taken the lead. And, partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern, and it was in the middle third of the field.
And that's really difficult to do, because ordinarily the safeties are back there to prevent that happening, but they found the opening and exploited it.
Extra point by Gay is up and good, and that makes the score 14-7. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They trail a one-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10. Quick slant, caught by Moore. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here, up to the 34.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a first down, pick it up, and keep moving.
Throwing on first down. Davis. That's to McCaffrey, complete. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. A full 5-yard loss that time. It's going to make 2nd down pretty tough. So they had the big loss on that first down pass play and facing a second and long.
45, 45, 45, Mike, 45. They're going to need some therapy after this.
Second and 15. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a first down.
First and 10 at the 38.
This quarterback now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's first and 10. Now a give right side. McFarland. And he'll be taken down after a short gain as that takes us to the 2-minute warning.
Get him, boy.
We remind you, as we've done all year, that coming up at halftime, we will visit with Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll let you know what's going on here on a very eventful divisional round weekend. And they move this all the way down to the 9. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
This is one of those plays that has an equal chance of either being a big gain or a big loss, but with the college influence, we're seeing more of these plays come into the NFL.
A chance now to get even before the break as they come up first and goal. They'll run with McCaffrey. And he's going to get hit at the line of scrimmage and driven backwards. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
Under 10, under 10, 10.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 2, now third down.
Third down and goal to go.
They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes third and goal. Here's Davis operating from the gun. And that will be caught by Moore. He's got a Panthers touchdown. DJ Moore there to make the grab as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. And a little time left on the clock, so on the other side, they're thinking, gosh, we'd like to get that lead right back.
Yeah, thanks for pointing that out. Here I am, go ahead and tapping out the first half. There's still time. They've got to make a decision about what they want to do on the kickoff, or they want to let their return guy touch it.
Elliott good on the extra point, and we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And we're under a minute to go here. What's been an even first half all tied up.
Yeah, still time to make something happen, too. A couple completions, you string them together. Could get into field goal range. Let's see what happens.
Going for the deep ball. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off at the 20. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on second and a couple. Second and 2. Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes. The Bucs forced to use their third and final timeout as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Davis now. Off play action. He's going to loft one deep left side here. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 25. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. You don't see this often. A quarterback of his caliber, 2 first-half interceptions.
It's absolutely surprising because it happens so rarely. You're searching for what reason, what's going on out there. It's not just maybe the defense is playing well. Is his horoscope off? His biorhythms? What is it?
You had nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16.
Watch the whip. Hey, switch gears, switch gears. Hey, Mike 52, Mike 52. Watch the 93. Watch the flag. Watch the
Carr now to throw. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Now the Panthers going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Here's Carr. Looking deep downfield. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left. Here's Bradley Pinion now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. Time here for likely one play, and then these two teams will head to the locker room all even.
And you know the play caller's just feeling it right now. Let's go ahead and go for this one. A big shot down. No. Guaranteed the head coach is like, don't get crazy. Take the knee. Let's get out of here. Tie game will just start all over.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. A trip to the NFC title game hanging in the balance. Second half action back underway. This is taken at the 3. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. Timmy Jernigan, the Florida State man, in on the stop. Looking to throw on second down. Davis. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
They can't
Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Davis throwing on 3rd and long. He's going to look deep for more. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off at the 18. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days. But they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Come get 734. Come get shot. He don't want it. Go. Watch twist.
To throw, it's caught. It's caught by Mike Evans. His first reception of the divisional round matchup, but it's good for a first down as well.
X3. 218. Chop. Check the back. Watch it. Later one. Safety screen. Five.
Running on first down, Eckler. He'll get about 4 as he's past the 35 to the 38-yard line.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Once more, here's Eckler. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
From the gun now on 3rd down, Carr. That's caught by Howard. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
And a nice job here to down this one right on the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
And from that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. They start on the ground with McCaffrey. And he will take this up to about the 8-yard line. The tackle there by George Odom.
That first down play, all you want to do is wedge out any type of space and try and create enough room. If you have to run the punter out there, he can successfully complete the punt.
Yeah, didn't get a ton there, but at least some positive yardage. Line of scrimmage is the 8 on 2nd and 8.
Check nickel.
They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. The 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
3rd and 10.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. It's a gain of 26 as they pick up the first down in the process. This quarterback now 12 of 15 throwing the ball, 80% so far, and it's 1st and 10.
Check 99. Check 99.
Shotgun handoff now to McCaffrey. Fights loose. And now spinning away. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
Six yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
I'm here all day.
He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And he'll cut it to the right sideline. A big play there for the Panthers. So all the way down close to the goal line. Good blocking up front. Helped to spring it.
When this drive is over, he's got to get to the bench and sing Kumbaya with the offensive line, doesn't he? Big-time openings for him. Gets him all the way down to the 2-yard line. Let's see if they can pound it in.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. No gain there, and it's going to set up 2nd and goal.
Leads to 2nd and goal at the 2-yard line.
2nd and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. On the ground, McCaffrey. And he is in. Touchdown, Carolina. Christian McCaffrey, his 2nd touchdown of the night, as his guys are able to regain the lead.
Apparently the week off hasn't hurt him one bit. 1,000-yard rusher in the regular season. Get his first touchdown here in the playoffs. Perhaps the week off energized him.
A great article in the paper this morning basically saying that they would not have won the division without him, and he's not their only piece, but I think that's a fair statement.
It's easy to say it this way. He's their main cog.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. 1 quarter remains for a trip to the NFC title game. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
185. Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense. 52's the mark, boy. 93. 93.
On 2nd and 2, Carr. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however, and let's see what that's about. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards.
It's coming again.
The Bucs on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This time they face a 3rd and 2. From the gun, it's Carr. He's got Evans. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. That one goes for 36 yards. So the big play has him all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But the bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Throwing his car on third down. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on fourth down. Carr going to go on fourth down. He completes it to Evans. Some collective exhales over there on the sideline. A big pickup through the air on fourth down to bring up first and goal. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
He's coming, double up. Slow.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. A nice pickup of 6 there to get him closer to the end zone, and it'll be second and goal.
Brings up second and goal at the 4-yard line.
It's Eckler again. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down. This linebacking core, they've done a good job of keeping that running game in check, haven't they?
They certainly have, and what they'll also do when this game is over is thank the guys up front, the big defensive line, because they've kept them clean, so to speak, not letting blockers get to them, allowing them to run to the football and keep that running game bottled up.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, third and goal. They'll run it now out of the gun. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. Likely the play of the game here, trailing in the final quarter and going for it on fourth and goal.
Watch Mike. Let's set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone. That's up. Watch 52. Watch 52.
Carr to throw for it on fourth down. And he's got his tight end, Howard. It's a Buccaneer touchdown. A 1-yard touchdown pass as they can now even this game here in the fourth quarter with the extra point.
Let's get it.
There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself, no reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
And he missed it. No good. And they'll remain down by a point. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
Watch twist. Watch the twist.
Complete out to Samuel on the quick throw. That catch good for 5. It's third down.
When you call a wide receiver screen, no matter how many blockers you get in front of the guy that catches the ball, there's still an aspect of the guy catching it, turning into a runner, breaking tackles and creating his own yardage, and he just did on that play.
As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3. They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 13 yards, first down, Panthers.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now.
Check 45. It's 3. Get in the weight room. Check 3. Alert 3. Alert 3.
49. Check 49. Check 49.
They'll try and burn some clock now with McCaffrey. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 45-yard line.
Hey, ready? Mike, 45. Here we go. Hey, watch it.
On 2nd down, McCaffrey. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Now Davis. From the gun, he'll throw. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off near the 34. A critical error there in a tight game.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
First down, Tampa Bay there, a gain of 13.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
4th quarter, 2 minutes on the clock in a tight 1-point game.
We got this.
So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. First down, and they stick with Eckler. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain.
Partner, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position.
At the 47-yard line.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Here is Eckler. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
We got 3, fellas. We got 3. It's first. Mike 52, Mike 52.
to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
So another big shot dodged there defensively. Now they're just one more incompletion away from salting away this victory. And I know this feeling. They're almost giddy, but they have to stay focused and locked in. They can make one big mistake and throw it all away.
Game on the line, season on the line. They're going for it here on 4th down.
Spot! No! Hey, echo!
Hey, let's get that ball.
They'll go for it. It's Carr. He's going to let it fly. This is caught at the 20. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a 1st down. They'll run out of the gun with Eckler. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
Right there. 180. Hey, we're good. 180. 618. 282.
On the ground, it's Eckler. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it 1st and goal. And the question now, how do they want to work the clock here on 1st and goal? A field goal would give them the late lead. And a little bit of space there takes it inside the 5 to the 3. Give him 4 on the carry there, and 2nd and goal. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. The Bucs forced to use their 3rd and final timeout, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds left to play. Here's Gay for the Buccaneer field goal. Now the Panthers going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Here's Matt Gay now for the Bucs field goal. This to almost certainly win the football game. Gay's kick is good. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. Well, sometimes you get a mismatch in these divisional round games. Not here. This has been everything we could have hoped for.
Okay, Brandon, don't get mad at me, but it's time for the old cliche.
Bring it.
Neither of these teams deserves to lose, but in the end, it's looking like the late field goal is going to be the difference in this game.
That's a good cliche. We'll let that one go. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40.
45, squeeze, double.
Back to throw. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 40-yard line.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. One final shot. They'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. Well, on both sides, you come into this game with so much hope, so much build-up, looking to move on. One side gets to do that.